God. The coffee god.
Oh, you didn't even eat your cookies that I gave you, huh? Probably don't even know you were there.
Where's Harley?
I live outside.
All right, I'll turn the light on so I can see if he comes back.
I think Rogie can tell when I have my coffee and my grapes. We're coming to do a show. He's looking at me like, okay, I see coffee, I see grapes, I see what's up. Tula, thank you for starting the show. Did I not do the Rumble? Did I remember to do the Rumble or not? Let's see. Are we live on Rumble? Let's see. This
The
thing.
camera's right there.
Let's see if it tells me. Yes. Okay, great. Thank you, Tula, for getting the show started. Yes.
Prepare
Thank you
yourself.
so much. I really, really, really appreciate you, Tula. Steve Running, Mike, HDZ. Hey, bro. Let's bring on the video. It's around here somewhere. Here we go. Hey, everybody. We got Cyber.
Cashing your chips, you sniveling, whining, self-loathing hypocrite. Blame it on Rio or the woman in red. Don't fool yourself, it's all in your head. You're the mascot of the next century. Look in the mirrors, count insecurity. I bleed for you, my eyes burn. My point is no, cause you'll never learn. You'll never learn, I bleed for you. You'll never learn, I bleed for you. You'll never learn, I bleed, I bleed. Fuck you, Michelle Bachman, fuck you. Lying and dying, you as you read. Bulletin from their mouth. Fuck you, fucking Levi's jeans. Fuck you, Ben Johnson. Fuck you. Send up your loathsome little dick. Line and take good, cashing your chips. You still that whining, self-loathing hypocrite. Blame it on Rio, all the woman.
Move. Move. I see that. Move.
Guess what I told them? It starts with an F. Bullshit! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, all motherfuckers! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, Chef! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you all! Fuck you, motherfuckers! Fuck you, Hollywood! Fuck you! Fuck you, motherfuckers!
Hello! Hello! Trendy is sitting here reporting in live from Orlando, Florida with Cyber Reload in Denmark. Home of Trendy has the all things trendy, where you find me and you, the hashtag Trendies on all forms of social media. Especially at Rumble, that's where the free speech platform of the world is. If you're anywhere else, you're not really supporting the show. If you really want to support the show and our free speech, you will come to Rumble and watch from there. Let us know if you have a problem doing that. Yes, thank you guys so much for joining in the show. There you go. Here we are once again. And, right off the top of my head as far as what's going on in the world today, I've been sitting here watching the news for the last 2 hours, and they're hiding the news. They're not talking about it. So, there's a lot of people out there that don't want to talk about what's going on. They come to shows like this hoping to avoid what's going on in the world. And sometimes I want to offer that sanctuary. I want to offer that safe place for my audience. I want you guys to know that there's a place where you can go where you don't have to be inundated with the goings-ons of whatever it is, whether it's, hey Karen, whether it's politics or it's social issues or, world war or whatever, natural disasters. I get it. Sometimes I just want to tune out, and then other times I realize that even when I'm tuned out, I'm tuned in, because you just can't escape the information. I realized that today. I had a conversation with somebody who, might not necessarily be focused on the news or what's going on, and they had a very good understanding of what's going on in the world. In fact, it seemed more so than a lot of people whose job it is to report on the news. It's like they seem to really have a very good understanding of why we are where we are. And I hope there's not a lot of confusion, for my audience members at least, as to why the world is the way it is today. And why, it would seem like people can just piss on your leg and tell you it's raining. And yet that seems to be the theme of 2023, getting our legs urine soaked, with people telling us it's raining. And I accept it, because what else am I going to do? Lose my mind otherwise, right? I accept that we are, what else am I going to do? This world has made me powerless. I have no options. I've got no recourse. I can't make a change. I can't wave a magic wand and make people want to accept truths in their lives. I can't wave a wand and make people, forget their biases and their blind spots. As much as I could point it out to you, you could go like this and you're just going to go like that. I go like that, you go like this. I go like that, you go like this. I go like that, you go like this. And it's always like that. And you're always going to have your blinders on. And I can remove them, and you're going to keep putting them back. It doesn't matter. That's the way a lot of us get through a day. We're trained very well to survive. And that is a defense mechanism that a lot of us rely on so that we can look at ourselves in the mirror every morning. Imagine what Donald Trump has to reconcile every day. Imagine all of the lies he's told throughout his life, all the people that he's put a knife in their back. And every day he has to reconcile that, to look at himself in the mirror and just completely dismiss people. Every single person that he's ever screwed over just dismisses it and keeps going. Isn't that what we all do, though? At some level? Some of us carry it with us. And that makes us better people. Because we don't want to do that to someone else, and we don't want to have that done to us. Some people like Donald Trump never learn from their mistakes. They keep going through life making mistakes. And there's a lot of people out there who do this. I see it everywhere. It's not just Donald Trump. There's a lot of people who are at that level of denying the reality of what's going on today. And that's it. That's all I can say. There's people in denial about it. I can't talk to any of them. None of them will ever change their minds. And I'm tired of literally making myself sick over it. Trying to reach people. When people are ready for truth and they want to hear it, they'll listen to me. Otherwise, they can live in this fog and go to their graves thinking that they were right. Whatever gets them through their day. I don't care. The fact is when they do that, other people on the other side of the world are suffering. And that's the line they draw. Other people suffering. If it's them suffering, they might be willing to look at the truth. Even if it's just a little inconvenience, they're going to look at the truth. We got a little crooked there. I don't know what happened. I do not know. Cyber, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I just saw that it looked like your headset was muted in Discord. I didn't know if that...
No, that's my second laptop.
Oh, okay.
The laptop with the cam on is muted. And the laptop I game on right now, that's the one with the mic on.
Okay, that makes sense.
Do you remember Bored Ape Yacht Club?
Of course, bro. Of course.
They're
getting big again.
They made a party in Tokyo for all the fucking idiots who bought a Bored Ape. They could then meet up and fucking talk about the apes. And there was a lot of fluorescent light because that's fucking cool, right? In 2020.
Right.
And there was just one problem. Some of those light the fucking board was fucking meter high fucking tubes of light. UV light to fucking use to fry. Kill microbes and germs and shit was all over the place. So the day after, people was complaining about they couldn't see and shit because they all got fucking snowblind and shit.
Whoa, bro.
Little not make that shit up, dude.
That's temporary blindness?
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Whatever
There's a
happened?
video about it.
Whatever happened to Iceman? You ever seen Iceman? I haven't seen him in forever. Edwin, what's
No,
up?
I haven't seen him in quite a while, actually.
Billy. Let's do a safe space dab. I'm in a kind of a bad headspace right now, just thinking about what's going on over there, man. I have so much guilt, and I shouldn't. It's not my fault, but I do. I feel guilty because I didn't spend my whole life speaking out against it, and I should have. I should have spent more time. I should. When my friend Scottish Steve stopped being friends with me, man, that really should have wakened me up. And it took a long time after that, actually. I should have been more in tune to it, though, man. And, it's up to 10,000 dead Gazans now, bro, right? Cyber?
Yep.
It's up to 10,000 dead.
Yeah, I said, damn.
Oh, it didn't come through for some reason.
Oh, damn.
That's weird. Yeah, 10,000 dead. That they know of. That they're
Yeah, what
reporting.
we know of. And who says if that number is even real, you know?
Wow. What's time here? 19:30, so we could do 2010. 2010. Billy, are you drinking out of a Centurion's helmet? Do you even Gaza? Sounds like something you say after the magic trick. Gaza. Billy. Oh, Billy being silly. What else is new? All right, Cyber's cheers. Cyber cheers. Billy,
Cheers, bro.
Billy cheers.
Cheers, bro.
Mikey HDZ cheers. Tula cheers. Steve Running cheers. Edwin cheers. Karen Rocks cheers. Ant cheers.
Cheers.
Watch the smoke fill the dome. It's killer. Oh, that's good. Buttery. Delicious. That cold is almost completely gone, I can tell. There's barely any pain in my chest.
That's good.
Yeah, it feels really good. And that tasted really, like, almost like caramel. Mm. Eric Braun says bowl was a bit too cold. Yeah, shows you what you know, noob. Don't tell me how to smoke, dude. I had a fucking perfect hit on that goddamn bubbler. What, you burning off your terps? Way to go. New guy wants to tell me how to enjoy my dabs. I fucking love it. Oh, God. I just love it when people come in here and try to give me advice on how to smoke. That's my favorite. Yeah, I hate bonsai trees? Dude. What happened? You've been smoking for 33 years? Yeah, I've been smoking longer. I've been smoking way longer than you, bro. And I've been dabbing way before you, too. Obviously. And I hang out with some of the greatest concentrators of cannabis in the world. You should have paid more attention during those 33 years, though, pal. That'd be so funny if you were 30. It'd be so funny if you were 33 years old. You were like, I've been smoking for 33 years. So the thing about it is, and what you might not know, is what I'll teach you is, different kind of buckets are made out of different things. So some buckets are quartz, and some of them are glass. Depending on what you've got, you're going to use a different cool down time and a heat up time. A quartz is probably going to take a lot longer to heat up and take longer to cool down. Glass heats up quick, cools down faster, right? So once you realize the time, the perfect time for the perfect flavor on whatever device you're using, use that time. What I found is when this bucket, the orange goes away after heating it up any temperature, when the orange is gone, you wait exactly 60 seconds from when that orange disappears, and you will get the perfect dab. You'll get the right in between eviscerating it and flavor. You'll get the best of both of those without losing either. You'll see after I'm done, there's barely any smoke comes off, right? So it's not like a wasted dab. If I waited too long, it would just sit there and smolder and smolder and smolder and smolder. And if I went in too quick, it would taste like shit. Which it really does. If you get orange hot and you wait a couple seconds and drop the dab in, it gets rid of. There's no terps. Yeah, and you just have to know what it is I'm smoking out of, right? When you said Bowl was a bit too cold. The problem was it was sliding around in the socket. I'm used to it being locked in there with resin, with reclaim. It's usually like locked in place, and this was sliding all around. So I was having a hard time turning this and getting the dab off of the dabber into the bowl on that particular hit. So you make me want to smoke another dab now. Let's get the OG Kush. You smoke with Iceman and Big Jim and Frank, man. They give you these insane dabs. They will freaking dab you up. Iceman especially. You gotta watch Ice. He will fucking dab you up so big. I'll be like, it hasn't too much. I'll be like, nope, you gotta do it. I'm like, really? Yup. Gotta do it. See, there might be something in there right now. Let me see what's left in there. No, terps are just about gone. It still has a little bit of flavor, actually, but it's harsher. Eric, do you smoke tobacco? Cheers, Eric. Do you smoke tobacco? I'm wondering if that's why your lungs are toast. Drew, cheers. Hi, I love bonsai trees. Oh God, they're gonna fight now. Nuh-uh. All jokes aside, I'm shutting down Bonsai House. It's not economical, and this auditing gig is treating me well. I kind of like real boy life. Fuck thanks. Yeah, real boy life. It's like after I cut my hair, I was like, I kind of like having short hair.
Short hairs for lesbian kids, old women, and me,
Come back, what?
I guess.
What?
I say short hairs for women, old women, lesbian kids, and me.
I like your timing on that. You did the timing both times. And so, you see it's orange right now. I'm looking at my clock. I'm looking at the orange. It's still orange. Still orange. Still glowing a little bit. And it's perfect timing because it's like, boom, right at 29 minutes, this orange is gone. It's clear. So right at 30 minutes, 60 seconds from now, I drop that dab in within like a 15, 20 second range, and it's going to be perfect every time. The problem is if I forget to look at the clock. And then I'm guessing. You know, and then I have to kind of feel it, you know. Like right now I could tell it's way too hot to dab on. Because I can only get my hand about this close. And that's another way you can tell, you know. Is if you can get your hand about an inch away without it burning your hand. So 15 seconds I'm doing a dab. You ready, Cyber?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, this is the OG Kush, no law regarding cannabis. Cheers to Cyber, cheers Mikey, Bonsai Billy, Steve Running, Drew, Eric, Hippie Chick. Tula, Edwin, Karen.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, everybody.
That's a good boy. That's such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you're a good boy.
Boom, mind blown every time I do a dab like that. Goodness Grammy. Oh my goodness Grammy.
I linked that video in Discord with the apes, if it is.
Thank you.
So now it's the Blind Ape Yacht Club, I guess.
Come on now.
Huh?
I said, come on now.
This, but generative NFTs are a complete joke. Now, some clarity here because I'm trying my absolute best to be charitable on this video. The concept of a non-fungible token entirely might be useful in a selective set of circumstances, but the hype-driven market for JPEG images that are inexplicably worth millions and millions of dollars just because a bunch of college kids with a greed complex want them to be is dead. According to a detailed report from Dap Gamble that recently made the rounds here on YouTube, quote, the vast majority of NFTs are worthless, end quote. Just to cite some numbers, of the 73,257 NFT collections they identified, 69,795 of them have a market capitalization of 0 Ether, which means, in no uncertain terms, totally worthless. Now, that metric also tracks kind of perfectly with celebrity examples like Justin Bieber, who purchased a Bored Ape for $1.3 million, which is now worth only
What an idiot,
$60,000.
dude.
Or Steph Curry
Jesus
bought
Christ.
this Bored Ape, which has lost 50% of its value. Tom Brady bought this one, down 80%. Even Neymar Jr., who doubled up for himself and lost 84% and 82% respectively on his 2 purchases. See, the whole concept of celebrity promotion alongside Bored Ape Yacht Club, Bay C, is a rabbit hole by itself, involving a massive Hollywood agency called CAA, as well as dozens of individual singers, actors, and modern superstars. But that's not the topic for today. I did an entire video on that, its own individual thing, the people involved, the money, etc., etc. But for today, we're talking about something else entirely. Think of it this way. Despite the cratered value, the extensive accusations of Nazi iconography, oh yeah, they had that too, spearheaded by an artist named Ryder Rips, it came to light that there were dozens of thinly veiled racist references and Nazi references, as well as subliminal messages contained in the Bored Ape ethos or ecosystem. I've also got a video on that linked down below as well for those that care, but again, that's a tangent. Despite all of this, the cratered value, the Nazi themes, the celebrity promotion conspiracies, despite all of it, there's still a dedicated cohort of fans, a rather large dedicated cohort of fans, intent upon following Yuga Labs to the promised land of financial independence. Just one problem. By following them and being a dedicated fan, you might go blind. This is where we introduce Ape Fest, and believe me when I tell you, this has got to be one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my entire
Ape
life.
Fest.
Ape Fest is an in-person event put on by Yuga Labs, the creators of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, where the college kids with a greed complex get together in person to awkwardly tell each other how early they are in adopting a world-changing technological revolution. It's a hilarious fixture now in the NFT industry, but it's really hard to verbalize just how ridiculous the entire thing actually is. Here's some footage. Judge for yourselves. Bright lights, flashy clothing, everybody hodling their apes to the moon. But ApeFest 2023 in Hong Kong wasn't just hype and financial liberation. It was also dangerous. It all started shortly after the event had concluded on the 5th of November, when some of the party goers began posting on social media. Quote, anyone else's eyes burning from last night woke up at 3 a.m. with extreme pain and ended up in the emergency room. I saw a couple reports, but just trying to figure out if there was a common thread. End quote. Well,
With
that's
the Bored
obviously
Ape,
concerning.
with the Bored
It
Ape
turns out,
freaking
yes,
avatar, I
there
love
is a
it.
common thread. Shortly after the reports started filtering out, a much more detailed post emerged from a user named Adrian, who also posted a patient receipt in tandem with it. Quote, so far, 30 hours since woke up with severe eye burn, I've visited emergency hospital and eye clinic and spent there a total of 6 hours. Got diagnosed with photokeratitis over both eyes, accident related, with prescribed steroid eye drops and eye lubricants. My vision was tested as close to perfect with no serious cornea damage, luckily. So many of my friends are still unaware they must seek medical help to make sure they end up with no damage as well. Please go get your eyes checked immediately. We've most likely been exposed to experience similar to Mount Everest climbers, snow blindness. Snow blindness is
It'd be
caused
so funny
by
if, like, the
unprotected
owner was there and they were wearing
exposure to
sunglasses.
conjunctiva to ultraviolet UV light, specifically UVB. Snow blindness is therefore sunburn of the eye and can be extremely painful. All medical costs rounded up to 3,000 HKD, 380 USD for me. Some friends called in an ambulance for themselves. Still, altogether, it's not expensive. Please go get your eyes checked. I should be fine since my family are doctors and they knew what to do, though many are ignoring the seriousness of the issue still. Please don't wait until it's too late. No hate towards the organizers, I doubt it was on purpose, and shit like that at times happens almost randomly. However, I'm planning to push until official statements by Bored Ape Yacht Club Yuga Labs are released for awareness purposes. Literally, my friends need medical help without realizing they do. It's not for me, it's for them. End quote. So
check this out. That Bitcoin that I bought back in January, it was one Bitcoin. It's at 95.99% profit right now. It's almost at $17,000 profit.
Nice.
So
Nice.
it's worth 34,664.27 right now, which is basically, I guess, what Bitcoin's at, right? 34. Is that where Bitcoin is? 34. Oh wait, no. Bitcoin's going to be above that because Bitcoin, that subtracts out the fee that I paid, the 3 fees that I paid, which were about $250 each. So that's about, close to $1,000 less than what Bitcoin is right now. So Bitcoin is at 35,000 right now. Okay, this is weird. Why? Okay, that's cool. I am so confused right now. Wait. That's a 24... Yeah, it's a 24-hour chart right there. Dude, it hasn't gone anywhere in 24 hours. I want everybody to see this.
That sounds weird.
Dude, I want everyone to see Bitcoin for the last 24 hours. Holy shit, man. You guys, if you look at the whole chart, which for some reason, there we go. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, watch this. You guys. There is a line. This is the 24-hour chart of Bitcoin. And I'm going to show you the date maybe down here. So you can see it goes from 9 p.m. 7 to 7 p.m. So you can see it's going from 9 p.m. because it's only 2 hours off, right? And now I want you to see this right here. You see where my arrow is? Right here my arrow is. See this line right here?
Yeah.
Boom. Look it from here to here. It is in the exact same place. It hasn't gone anywhere. This is fucking crazy. Total just stagnant Bitcoin move. But now, look at the bottom of the screen. You see that blue line? That's the volume coming in. That's exciting. So volume has suddenly come up. We've got 2 hours and then the Asian markets open up. We should already start to see this volume coming in should be a sign of a lot of activity to follow. You could see there was no, from here to here, there was no volume. It was all flat. And then all of a sudden, volume. So this is just crazy to see it do this. I mean, this could be this. I don't know. I don't know. That is a long. I mean, you could try to call that. It's not a pennant because it goes that far, dude. It just keeps going. It goes up and it basically just. I don't know. It kind of fell down a little bit, but it kind of stayed in this. It's trending upwards. It's trending upwards. $35,000 is massive support for it. If it stays above 35,000, it'll be great.
Let's hope not.
I think this always does this to me. I don't know how to use this. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I want to do. Yeah. I want to see that movement. I'm not even trying to read the freaking trend right here. I just want to see what it's going to do. I'm just so curious because, bro, we could have a huge drop. It did nothing for 24 hours. It did absolutely nothing. It was right where it was. It did nothing. 24 hours. It did nothing. On the low side of the movement right here, it's trending upwards. Higher lows. I'm not talking about in that little short term either. I'm talking about if you do this. Let me see if I can figure this out again. Wait. Nope. Nope. There we go. There we go. There we go. When I say it's trending upwards, I'm looking at this. Remember, this is a 24-hour chart. So I'm looking at this low point. I'm looking at this low point right here. And I'm just seeing this. I'm looking at all my lows. So you could take it all the way up to there. Then it goes down to here. Then this low point right here. Then this low point right here. And you see this line? I'm considering this line right here. This flat line. And then this is where we are right now. So we have done this very slow. And I'm not looking at these giant peaks. It's just testing 35 129, I guess. 35 84. It's testing there and there. I have no idea why. It went way up 133. It rode on 129 77. You write your Bollinger Bands down on that. That's guarantee you that's going to be one of them. And here it's hitting 35 47. So it's at 41 right now. It's probably going to go up to 47 again and retest that. There, 43. Let's see if it goes through 47. That's significant. Then we should get some movement if it can get through 47. Cyber's like, yeah, but are you going to pack a bowl? There it goes, guys. It did it. It did it. It broke right through. Just as we're talking about it. That's exciting. So it broke right through that resistance. Look, let me show you the resistance. The resistance line was here and here. These two little peaks. And we went right past that. The next point of resistance isn't until 35.72. Here, look. This is how this works. Look, see, it's going right up. It's going to go right up to the 70s. And then it's going to hit a little turbulence. It should see a little... Attention passengers, please remain seated. We're about to hit a little turbulence here, but that's okay. We've been hitting this little patch of turbulence all day. We're going to navigate right through this for you, and we're going to get you on your way. Just enjoy the ride. It's going to get a little bumpy, folks. I mean, really fucking bumpy. Woohoo! All right. Cheers, Cyber. No longer going to get us. Cheers, James.
Cheers,
Gype. James.
Cheers, everybody.
James Gype. Billy. Mikey. Tropical Thing. Hippie Chick. Eric Braun. Drew and Cisco. Everybody else. Cheers. The Biden bong.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, everybody.
First of all, that's a good dude. Yes, absolutely push for a statement and look out for the people who unknowingly got dosed with UV radiation and subsequently need medical attention because they went to an overpriced monkey picture event that almost blinded them.
Monkey picture
Because
event,
some
bro.
of the reports were pretty scary, like this one.
A monkey picture
I woke up
event.
At 4 a.m. and
I love
couldn't
it.
see anymore. Had so much pain in my whole skin is burned. Had to go to the hospital. End quote. But also, Yuga Labs did ultimately respond, which is good, right? Now, in classic Yuga Labs fashion, because they can't admit fault here or they'll get sued into oblivion, they downplayed things and emphasized that less than 1% of attendees were impacted. According to a statement they gave The Verge, I think it was, they were communicating with something like 15 people that were supposedly affected. But the details of what actually happened here are kind of intense. Yes, pursue an investigation into the root cause, obviously. Yes. But it's not even the first time something like this has happened, historically, at a party, because something similar occurred in Hong Kong, also in Hong Kong, back in 2017. It was a hype beast party where the venue had been decked out with blue and pink neon lights. Look familiar at all? And those lights were Philips TUV 30-watt G30 T8 model germicidal fluorescent tubes. No joke. Well, switching back to Yuga Labs and Ape Fest, what are those? What are those? And most importantly,
What are
these
those?
at the front section of the stage? Turns out most of the Ape Fest venue, like pretty much all of it for the party, was decked out with fluorescent lights, many of them tubes, long tubes, giving us a pretty good guess at what may have happened. Somehow, some way, at least some of these tubes were very likely mixed up between party lights and germicidal sterilization UV radiation lighting, which basically sunburned and nearly blinded a bunch of their attendees. Now, they cannot admit fault here, and will probably blame this on a contractor of some sort, because if they did admit fault, they would be on the hook for almost blinding a bunch of their guests. It's not funny, per se, and I don't mean to make it seem like I think it is, because obviously people being injured isn't funny by itself, but it's kind of funny when you think about the fact that a bunch of people who bought pictures of monkeys, some of them for hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, flew across the world to have an awkward get-together and brag about their expensive pictures of monkeys, and nearly lost their eyesight because the Nazi iconography-embracing parent company of their monkey pictures probably accidentally used ultraviolet sterilization radiation lights instead of party lights for their "we're going to be rich off our monkey pictures" style rave. Oh, and in case anyone wants to chime in, like, you don't know that they embraced the Nazi iconography, those are just allegations. Yeah, you're right, okay? You're right. But on the exact same day that all of this came out, I shit you not, about how they maybe, possibly, probably almost blinded their guests, one of their prominent staff stepped down because people discovered all the very, very offensive things that he would routinely say in the past. Not just a couple instances 10 years ago, okay, like classic cancel culture stuff, like a lot of it all the time.
Wow.
Regardless, something about this struck me as entertaining and worthy of talking about, even if it's not some sort of groundbreaking investigation, because I cannot get over how ridiculous the concept of a bored ape truly is. It's a picture of a monkey's head. A bunch of them are almost identical to each other, and yet people will buy them for hundreds of thousands of dollars and fly their ass across the planet to parties where they might go blind, apparently, all for the sake of what? Financial freedom? How in the world has humanity become this much of a joke? I catch myself wondering that every single day. On the bright side, at least some of them are maybe kind of waking up. I mean, investors are suing the company because their investment isn't worth hardly anything anymore. And they're also suing a very, very long list of celebrities who endorse them, the monkey pictures, that is. But these kinds of things are typically easy to dodge for the parent company. The onus is on the investor to understand the purchase, especially if there's even like a rudimentary disclaimer. So I doubt this kind of recourse will bear fruit for the guys that aped into buying a picture for 500 grand because of severe FOMO. Sympathy levels probably aren't all that high if we're being completely honest here. Ultimately, the Bored Ape Yacht Club has also been called the Bored Ape Nazi Club by some, and now it will jokingly be referred to, again by some, as the Bored Ape Blind Club, because the awkward in-person event where JPEG moguls are supposed to flex their status and wealth nearly blinded a bunch of people. Never thought I'd be making a video about it, but here we are. If you want to support the channel, check out the
Well,
links down below.
it was
Everybody wants
unintentional, I'm
VPN, of
sure.
course.
You know, it's not like they were trying to blind people.
No. But it's still funny.
This video is brought to you by Keeps. Stick around to hear more about the discount they're providing to the entire upper echelon community. Okay, I told myself the other day that I wasn't going to do another theory video or another crypto video for at least a couple of days, maybe even a few weeks. That obviously didn't work. I'm not able to say precisely why or explain exactly how this has occurred, but I get forwarded massive documents, insider stories, whistleblower complaints, and potential
We
topics
are
of crypto
breaking
space all the time, which means that the most
support.
intriguing exciting, personally interesting threads to pull on are now very often conspiracy theory
So-
or crypto related.
We break this support, be prepared for a massive buy-in with all of this volume. So remember, the support line is that dotted line going across there. We're about to go under that. If we go under that support line, we could be dropping way, way down. In way stupid down. So let's just see.
There's a lot of hope that.
Well, with all of this volume, let's just see. We're definitely breaking our support line. I mean, we are so close. You can see it here on screen. I'll bring it up. I mean, we are underneath. We're already broken underneath it. We're well underneath it. Based on any line that I draw in my head across it, it's too low to continue any line, no matter where I start the line at. It's below every single line, bro. It doesn't matter if I start the line from here or here or here. I mean, even there, if I were to draw a line from there to there, it would still be underneath it. So it's broken support. That's not good for going up, that's for sure. But it's definitely good for people who want to buy in right now. So we'll see if it drops massively. Kind of exciting, man. 960. If I remember correctly, Crypto Kids set a purchase at 31,005. So, I mean, that would be a huge drop.
Example, I have a 60-page document right now about an $18 billion rug pull that has also been given to the Texas branch of the SEC as well, and contains full doxed information on the founders of a crypto meme coin that was given to me just a couple of days ago. That one is going to take some time. I have to figure out precisely how to handle it. It reminds me of when I got a document that contains secret audio recordings and personal information about a video game hacker named John Yu, who had directly or indirectly shut down almost an entire video game franchise, and it's really just a tricky situation. The point is, I go where the content leads me, and right now, it leads me to Yuga Labs. For those that don't know, Yuga Labs is the founder of Bay Sea, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is a viral, celebrity-driven NFT collection of monkey pictures, for lack of a better explanation, that are worth millions of dollars. The collection itself is worth billions, actually. It's ridiculous. We all know it's ridiculous, but here we are. Not long from now, in New York City, is a convention. It's called NFT NYC, and it takes place in late June. This convention is the who's who of non-fungible tokens.
Kepper, what's up?
Industry figures, promoters, scammers, you name it. They all go. And with such a high-profile, possibly media-worthy event, one might expect there to be a bit of marketing involved.
I never smoked
Yuga
wax or
Labs,
dab
in
before
anticipation
cauliflower.
for this event, hired a third-party
Went to Little
promotional
Caesars.
company who began to execute
Ooh.
what is commonly known as guerrilla marketing in the surrounding areas of New York City. This is what they were doing: spray painting the Bored Ape logo all over the surrounding city. And it's not uncommon to do something like this, but with controversy surrounding NFTs and crypto in general being what it is, it was bound to cause a bit of a stir. As expected, people began to complain. They were spray painting these on cobblestone, on doors, on sidewalks, and it turned out that this third-party company had spray painted the Bored Ape logo on a different piece of graffiti that said Next, N-E-K-S-T. This is where we have to dive into some history, because this particular graffiti tag is rather special. Next is a well-known, very popular, and now deceased for about a decade, I believe, graffiti artist whose work can be seen in cities all across the nation. Some would say that Next has etched his legacy into the very fabric of New York City, and yet this stenciled on ape skull logo was put directly on top of his now famous tag. In fact, that tag was allowed to remain through multiple owners of the building itself, and when the rest of the graffiti was cleaned in 1 year, by itself, it alone was allowed to stay. This is the part where I need to admit my own lack of knowledge, because I had certainly heard the name Next before, but I had no idea just how influential and respected he was in the street art community. Outrage was obviously immediate. You simply do not tag over someone else's work unless you have open disrespect for that person. Next is an icon in the graffiti space, and yet someone from this little marketing agency had placed, they claim, a temporary painted stencil right on top of his name. Honest mistake? Maybe. I'll discuss that a bit later, but what isn't an honest mistake is how the Bored Ape community has reacted. I cannot even count the number of people in social media replies stating that it's shit work anyway, we should have just painted over the whole thing, or LMAO, if that's your legend, get better artists, we improved it. There are all kinds of replies here, but there is a noticeable amount of disrespect aimed at those who are upset about this. To go a little bit deeper, one of the Yuga Labs founders actually responded on Discord saying that they paid to have someone go there and clean it up, but the person who actually covered up their stencil also posted, making it appear that this might be a lie. Now, by itself, I know what everyone is thinking. Honest mistake, some intern didn't know and accidentally stenciled over a legend, whatever. And I'm inclined to agree with you. Yuga Labs, in addition to their other projects, also has what's called the Bathroom Wall, which is a digital space representing the graffitied wall of a nightclub bathroom or something similar, where ape holders can change the color of 1 pixel per 15 minutes. It's an evolving creation.
Right, there it is,
modified,
Cyber.
changed, covered, and redone. So knowing that Yuga Labs has this program, the community has their own digital form of artistic creativity, and that kind of overlap combined with a third-party marketing agency that probably just didn't know any better means that this is almost certainly a simple, honest mistake. That should be the end of the video, right? Why'd I even make it in the first place? Well, the truth is, my foot was now, after covering this, in a door that I didn't even know existed. And what came next was a roller coaster of similarities, coincidences, and suspect circumstances, leading me to question a great many things and have a totally different view of Bored Apes. Before going further, sponsor time. 2 out of 3 men experience hair loss before the age of 35. I say this every single time, and every single time it remains true. Most people who watch this channel are men directly in that bracket. Combine these 2 factors, and we arrive logically at Keeps. Keeps is a hair loss prevention treatment with more 5-star reviews than any of its current competitors. You can order and get treated with hair loss, and combining that with an audience sponsoring the channel. Let's really get started. The logo. In the lead up to NFT NYC, Yuga Labs had a third-party marketing department spray painting this ape skull logo all over the city. But why don't we take a closer look at the logo? This ape skull,
18
turns
teeth.
out, more precisely their actual full Bored Ape logo as a stamp, is oddly similar to the Waffen-Totenkopf SS division of the Nazi military. Looking deeper, coincidental or not, I'll discuss that angle in just a moment, we can see 18 teeth on the Waffen skull. This matters in specific Nazi circles because 18, 1-8, is a cryptic reference to AH, 1 corresponding to A, 8 corresponding to H, which means Adolf Hitler. 18 teeth, possibly a cryptic reference on the Waffen skull, and the Bored Ape skull also has 18 teeth. More interestingly, the 18th and final tooth, when you count the lines, appears to be pasted onto the end of the row, with no discernible need for it. In fact, it wouldn't alter the design at all to remove it, which ultimately piqued my curiosity and made me start the actual video. Here's the big disclaimer. I will be presenting a series of, let's call them coincidences. I will give my opinion on what is presented at various different intervals. However, I make no definitive statements as to motive, intent, or belief on the part of anyone discussed, period. A great deal of these coincidences have been known for quite some time. A lot of in-depth research was conducted by
And the volume's pumping up.
Twitter a few months ago, and some of the data points and other
The
connections
value's
have been discovered
dropping
or
and the
traced
volume's going up,
since,
guys.
Plus a few discoveries I made over
On the
course of my own
24-hour.
research, but none of it is to be misconstrued as accusations. I will be presenting this for what it is, a collection of extremely strange realizations. As
People
well as
are getting
connected
excited.
threads.
They're starting to buy
Here
it.
we go. Logo aside, 18 teeth, typographic similarities right down to the 2-letter side stamps where BA and YC mimic the double SS branding. That aside, perhaps it's a coincidence. Let's look at the founders of Yuga Labs. There are 4 founders, recently doxxed, I think, by BuzzFeed, maybe? I won't focus on them as people, I'll focus on their screen names, social media profiles, and the persona, the general persona that they crafted while operating anonymously, which is how they intended to run the company until they were doxxed against their will by a journalist. Here they are. Garga, short for Gargamel until he changed it, Gordon Goner, Emperor Tomato Ketchup, and Sass. I know that remembering these names might be difficult, so don't worry about it. Each one will
Oh,
have their own section,
shit.
and the only important thing to know
Almost
is that
ran
there
over
are
my kitty.
4 founders of Yuga Labs, which is the company behind the Bored Ape Yacht Club collection. Let's start with the easiest one, and highlight something interesting that a lot of people may not be aware of. Emperor Tomato Ketchup, a co-founder of Yuga Labs, shares that name with a 1970s Japanese film. That film, of the same exact name, Emperor Tomato Ketchup, it's not gibberish, I promise, is banned in most countries around the globe for inappropriate underage nudity. Calling that kind of content by its more accurate direct name can result in videos getting punished by YouTube and the algorithm, so just know that it is intense underage content that is completely unacceptable in most countries. Towards the end of the film, from what I have read, there are scenes of Nazi imagery and a stoic Nazi salute by a child, indicating or perhaps commentating on the idea that the world is doomed by conflict and self-destruction. As far as coincidences go, this is somewhat weak. The film is certainly controversial, to say the very least, but I fail to see anything other than a small-scale, low-impact coincidence when compared to the similarity of logos. Next up is SassBayC. This one is quite a bit more straightforward because Sass, the totality of his name on Twitter, can be read as S-A-S-S. S-A, if examined in a vacuum, could be a reference to the paramilitary arm of the Nazi Party, called the Sturmabteilung, I think is how you pronounce it, probably not though, S-A for short. The SS, a more commonly known division when compared to the SA, would be Schutzstaffel, the personal bodyguard division for Hitler. The second co-founder's name is a mashup of 2 divisions of the Nazi military. Whether by intention or coincidence, I do not know. In my opinion, this is a larger coincidence than Emperor Tomato Ketchup, but still, very difficult to make any sort of actual definitive statement. Moving on, we get to Gargamel. Gargamel is a reference, as claimed by the founder himself, to the Smurfs, and pertains to the antagonist in that film, who is a wizard with a cat named Azrael. According to a French sociologist and certain other academics in the field, Gargamel is a racist stereotype for Jewish people, owing to a certain aesthetic choice and behaviors. Personally, I don't find this to be very compelling. Cartoon villains often have large noses, that being one of the cited stereotypes, and compulsive behaviors. Around wealth, for example, that kind of unacceptable stereotyping is widely applicable, however. So, for the simple attribution of his name, perhaps relating to a racist stereotype against Jewish people, in a vacuum, I wouldn't really buy into it. However, reality is not a vacuum, and context is always greater. The actual identity of Gargamel, doxed by BuzzFeed or whatever publication it was, I didn't research that portion, was examined by Ryder Rips on Twitter, who uncovered that his undergraduate thesis was written about fictional Nazi soldiers, and it was inspired by the work of Robert Bolano. That's a name that we'll come back to later. This could be a conspiracy theory video all on its own, but the gist of it, as outlined by Ryder Rips on Twitter, is that Gargamel had a pre-existing history and desire to write about Nazi soldiers or officers, and going even further, in a CoinDesk interview, Gargamel said the following, quote, "Ever since the Bored Ape Yacht Club, we've seen like 1,000 different avatar collections come up, and a lot of them are really cool, but what we think was special, and what people
34,898.
could kind of read on top of ours, is that we didn't just throw 3D glasses onto apes, and we didn't have a long essay on what exactly this was, but we knew what it was. It's like Wittgenstein's let the unutterable be conveyed unutterably, or Hemingway's iceberg theory. We knew all about what this world was, and why these apes are this way. And that somebody else might get a little tingle on their neck looking at it thinking, yeah, this is kind of different, this isn't just random," end quote. That rhetoric displays an underpinning narrative, hidden meaning, cryptic interpretation, and also would seem to indicate that he views the Bored Ape collection to have a sort of concealed story. In my opinion, it's a heck of a coincidence in context, but by itself, again, impossible to assign motive or intent. However, here is something critical. Remember the idea of acrostic puzzles. Acrostic puzzles, for anyone not fully aware, are when one letter of each line in a portion of text creates a hidden word or phrase. Gargamel based his undergraduate thesis on Robert Bolano. Robert Bolano wrote a series of short stories about fictional right-wing American poets and novelists. One of those fictional writers was named Ernesto Perez Mason, and that fictional writer in the works of Robert Bolano created hidden acrostic puzzles that said things like, "Long live the leader of Nazi Germany." It was just the name, but again, I'll get kicked right the fuck off YouTube's algorithm if I say that phrase directly. When caught for this, Ernesto Perez Mason said it was just a coincidence. Now, all of this information on Gargamel was discovered originally and documented by Ryder Rips, so credit to him for all of the findings. I'll link his Twitter down below. So just remember that. Acrostic hidden messages and a history of writing about fictional Nazis with a clear intent for the Bored Ape Yacht Club to convey hidden meaning. We're starting to rack up the number of coincidences very high. Now for the last, probably most straightforward founding member, Gordon Goner. This one is right on the nose. Gordon Goner, whether intentional or coincidental, I do not know, is an anagram. Those two words and their contained letters can be rearranged into the words Drongo Negro, and Drongo, according to dictionary.com, has a second meaning of idiot or stupid, which is largely due to Australian slang. The coincidence here is that Gordon Goner has a name on social media that is quite literally an anagram for stupid blank. Again, I can't say these things outright or I can get heavily punished by YouTube, but you can connect the dots here. It's not me saying that, it's his anagram. And while I cannot assign motive or intent, again, this one is a hard-hitting coincidence. We're not done. This is where things go from interesting and complicated to full-blown lock yourself in a storage room with some red string and a wall of corkboard level strange. Yuga Labs, the controlling company of Bored Ape Yacht Club, founded by these four men that we just discussed, shares a name with a very obscure concept called Kali Yuga. I'll reserve my own judgment on this for the moment, but Kali Yuga, speculated on by certain philosophers and sociologists, is a concept with claimed ties to the alt-right. By itself, it's nothing. However, Kali Yuga, in terms of its recognition in Western philosophy, is attributed to a man named René Guénon. René Guénon was an influential French intellectual who believed in the idea of a hierarchical religious elite and saw himself as the elected representative of that elite group. His work would later inspire a man named Julius Evola, who had strong ties to fascism and was even referred to as a fascistic intellectual, who idolized the leader of the SS, Heinrich Himmler, and he even alluded in his own writing to having worked with or for, directly for, the SD, the intelligence arm of the SS. Now, being honest here, that's a multifaceted and very, very weak thread to follow. Yuga Labs, Kali Yuga, René Guénon, and his inspiration on Nazi-connected figures like Julius Evola. But there's more. In promotion of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, Yuga Labs designed a puzzle. This was a long and very complicated puzzle by a character named Jimmy the Monkey, and within that puzzle were acrostic hints. Remember, acrostic puzzles. That's a theme we've seen before. Here's an example. Analog, Nassau, salute, weapon, embryo, reason. These form the acrostic word answer, which is the same way that the fictional character Ernesto Perez Mason, as written by Robert Bolano, whose work was the subject and inspiration for Gargamel's undergraduate thesis, encoded his hidden message, "Long live leader of Nazi Germany." Yet another coincidence. However, there is one final connection we need to show here. This puzzle, created by Yuga Labs, would ultimately end with a string of keywords called the final solution. Coincidence? Reference to yet another aspect of the Nazi regime? That's all for you to decide, the viewer. But contained within the string of keywords was Guénon, the intellectual responsible for inspiring people like Julius Evola and who brought the concept of Kali Yuga to Western philosophy. That is a large number of interconnected coincidental things, but now we get to the bonus examples. The Bored Ape Yacht Club and the
Wait,
Other
you guys,
Side
let me pause
Metaverse,
this.
the two largest
You guys, Bitcoin's at a low right now where I felt like I should buy some. I like to buy the lows. So for those of you that are interested in purchasing Bitcoin and you like want to just pick up a little bit right now, I would say I bought half of what I wanted. I bought it right now. It might drop now. It usually does when I purchase it. It says it's at 34,890 right now. So, you know, if you guys want some, I have a feeling it's about to, because look, Asian markets open up in an hour and 15 minutes. We're at a point of support where it's right here. Okay, the support is right there, right? You see that red dot? That's the support. And this is where we are. And look, we're bouncing up from above that support line, guys. So I think I bought it the right time. I'm just saying. I like to buy those lows, man. So anybody looking to get it, I think it's about to bounce way up now. It's got to go way up and form another shoulder. It looks like it's going to try to form a head and shoulders pattern. an inverse. It's already got the shoulder and the head, but it has to go way up. So hopefully it will. I want a 10-pound tree, says Kepper. Oh yeah. So this show's almost over.
Undertakings and projects from Yuga Labs, from what I can find, were both of them launched, both of them separately at different times, but on the same day, on April 30th, the date of Hitler's death. The hash masks for Bored Apes were developed by a company called Sumqueak Labs, and Sumqueak is a Latin phrase meaning to each his or her own. That phrase, Sumqueak, translated into German, is to each what they are due. Idem das Sein. Idem das Sein, I think is how you say it. And Idem das Sein was the text on the gate of the Buchenwald death camp. Yet another coincidence. Take these things each in a vacuum, and there are innumerable explanations. Take them together, all of them in context, that's a little bit different. Logo, founders' names, partnered company names, the launch dates, previous thesis, subject matter, acrostic puzzles, ties to Rene Guénon, anagrams, and more. I never would have expected that an ape skull stenciled on the graffiti of a street art legendary icon would lead me to where I am now. I make absolutely no assertions as to motive or intent. I have no idea why these coincidences exist. They do exist, but I don't know why. And much of these were originally discovered early in 2022 by Ryder Rips. Credit to him. Much credit to him. However, when looking at the Bored Ape collection, I find myself now wondering if their entire thing, the whole project, has a coded, hidden meaning, much like the founder Gargamel expressed was his intention openly in interviews. If it does have a hidden meaning, I mean, I have a personal guess as to what that meaning is, but in the end, I have no proof. I have only speculation, coincidence, and my own opinion. That's it. If you want support, there are links down below, primarily locals and Patreon, to secure the channel from AdSense and demonetization, because I can only imagine with the subject matter, this one's going to get demonetized too. Also, merchandise, another YouTuber to check out, social media, and the sponsor, Keeps, as well, but I'll cut it there and stop rambling. As always, thank you all for watching, and have a nice night.
Okay, so oh, that thing. So, remember, man, this crypto could go all the way down to 31,500. But this looks like there's a lot of support coming in right now. That's good. Dude. This cat lays right in front of this chair, man. I'm so worried about him. I don't know he's there. He's I gotta remember to look for his lame ass. Yeah. So I think I got that low. You guys see that recovery coming in after I made my purchase. Then I got it at 34. There was a little bit of a charge, but I got it at 34,887 with $8.76 charge. So 887, 34,887. So it was like 34, 995. No, not 995. 895. 34, 895. So that's pretty good. That's good, man.
Nice.
That's pretty cheap. Where those Iceman at?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Fucking Han Solo in the goddamn cryogenic fucking frozen block. Frozen. Hung up on goddamn Jabba the Hutt's wall. Jabba have picture of Iceman on wall. Hubba, feed me. Feed me grapes. Jabba, feed grapes. Come on, market recovery. $9.50. We're at 7:56. So here we still have an hour before those markets open up. $9.55. Boom. We hit resistance at 9.55. 9.61, 9.64. $9.67, $9.69. Did anybody buy when I told you guys to buy? Can anyone in the chat say you bought some Bitcoin when I told you to buy some? 963. Remember, I told you why, too. Why I bought it. At that moment. I showed you that other low point. I said that's a point of support, obviously. We didn't even go near it. We stayed way above it. We did the exact same thing. And then look how long it went up for. after that bounce. Nobody bought any. What you want?
How dare you not buy it?
What did you say?
I say, how dare you not buy it?
How dare you not buy any Bitcoin? So what you want to do is you want to accumulate it times like that, guys. Like when I say, hey, I'm buying some, that's a good time to get a little bit. Just get a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. It's fine. You know? It only cost me $9 to purchase some just now, so it's really affordable. HODL. Yeah, HODL. So Putz. Whoa, dude. You. Yeah, we're gonna do a little upgrade. Scotty! Yes, Captain! I need some of that power. I'm giving it all the shit I got, the Captain. I ain't got no more power for you, the Captain. Scotty! Don't make me send Spock down there and critique you. Okay, Captain, I'm got right on it. I'm getting it going for you. What is this right here? I don't know what this is. This is, I do not know. Okay, this is so weird. Oh, I see what you are. I see what you are. Pow. You guys like the new background?
Nice.
Scotty juiced up some of that power. Look at that shit, dude. Let's get that in HD. Holy shit, yeah. HD me, baby. Oh, what? Oh, dude. Forget about it. What are you even doing there? Forget about it. Holy shit, son. Bro. That is bad ass. I can just stare at that.
That is badass. That is badass.
I can just stare at it all night, bro. It's like hypnotizing me. Hey, but don't take your eyes off Bitcoin. What's going on there? 935. 930. Okay, so we're doing what it did before. The exact same move. Look. It did this big drop right here, right? It went up and then it dropped again. Boom. Now look, it's doing that same move. It dropped, went up, and now it's dropping again. Let's see if it does the exact same thing and then goes up and keeps moving up. Hopefully. We'll see. It's a retest a little higher. That would complete an inverse head and shoulders pattern. If it does. Which would be fine. Fine if it does it. If it goes all the way down, it could create a double bottom, but
Local surf shop. Popular local surf shop.
She's making the money. My mom's over there making money, making money. We have a winner. We have a winner. Big time winner. Juice Spot Mary. Mary's got juice. Juice Spot Mary. Mary's got juice. It's like 1,000 milligrams of cannabis. Tropical thing. You guys like that background? You guys zooming through the wormhole with us?
Kind of look like a mandala, or how the fuck you say mandala.
I like the detail when it gets to the very edge. And you can see like all the little intricacies of it. It's like got like so much depth to it. It's like not just like a pattern, but it's like different things underneath each other. You can see like down, and they're moving at different speeds, which makes them really cool. That's badass. It reminds me of an escalator. Do 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 bow 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 bow. Down bow 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 bow. If I rose up, bow 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 with the avenue behind me, bow 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 bow. If I stole, oh bow bow, somebody else's wave to fly up, bow 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 bow. Some kind of verb, bow 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 bow. Something is motioning, bow 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 bow. To rise, to rise, to rise. Bow, 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 bow. Too fat, fat, you must cut lean. You gotta take the escalator to the mezzanine. Jump, change, and it's on. Super bond, bond, super bond, bond, super bond, bond. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Some of my friends only sell cannabis with crypto. For crypto, they only sell it for crypto. Really? They'll only accept crypto for cannabis, bro? That's fucking awesome. Boom, 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 boom. What kind of crypto will they accept? They like tell you it's only Bitcoin, or are we gonna reform the shoulder, guys? That's what we're looking at right now, 9:42. So we're just, this is about a good, this would be as good place as any, you know, for it to turn around. But, you know, we need to drop a little bit to make that second, that shoulder pattern. So that might do it. We still have, oh boy, plenty of time before Asian markets open. I mean, there's usually, you see some activity. Here, we could check the volume. Oops, not like that though. Not like that. Oh, that was a mistake. I always do that. What the hell? Dude. Okay, there we go. So well, volume is up last 12 hours. Big money, big money. Oh, what the hell happened here? I don't know what I'm looking at.
Transformation. Amazing transformation.
We should be on the 24 hour. 7 p.m., 7 p.m. There we go. That's it right there. So it's below, according to this, it's below the head. It doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't look right. I don't know, man. It didn't reverse.
Helium balloons. Oh, they're good girl. Juice.
The volume and chart in more detail. There is. We could go to it's, if you stretch this out, it'll give you the option to go to trading view. Somewhere around here it'll tell you, it'll give you the trading view option. Here. There it is. There you go. This isn't the 24-hour chart. Are these 4-hour candles? No, those are 1-hour candles.
The sky's the limit. The sky's the limit.
We've still got some time. Set that to 1 day and it'll be the 24-hour chart. I tried that. It's like I put it. It says 1 day, but look at the dates. See, it's not 1 day, right? It's showing freaking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 days. I understand that part. So, we got our Bollinger Bands. Oh, yeah. Damn, it's down to 9:33. Oh, 9:41, is that where it is? It's at 9:41. Hmm. Dude, these are 1 minute candles. Look at that motherfucker. Shit blew up. Oh my god. Up. Up. Big drop. Big drop. Oh my goodness. Sadness. Holy shit, it won't stop dropping. How far are we going to go? How low are we going to go? Oh my goodness. We're in trouble. Big troubles. Big troubles. For the Bitcoins. Even though my purchase point's still below this drop. So let's just see. I still have half of a purchase ready to go if it goes below there. But it is staying above 900 for now. 920, it's still dropping. That was an uncharacteristic drop. 913, 912. 908. 909. 910. That was called tropical thing. That was called Crypto Watch. It got bought out by Kraken, and they fucking sunsetted it because they're cunts. Fuck them. 902, guys. Oh my god. Here it is, 34,900. Very close to my purchase point. 96, 92. 890. 879. I'm getting ready to buy again.
Yeah.
881. There, it's turning around. 884. I'm getting, it's telling me 910 here, so let's see if it drops even more. 905, 903, 901, 899. Those are higher bottoms. It's about to reverse. I mean, it wouldn't be such a bad place to get my second purchase. $8.76. 34,890. Oh, and it drops right when I buy it. I mean, right when I fired that off. 887. 886. 84. Dude, look at this drop. Could this be the 30 dudes? Could this be the $31,000 drop? 34.8. 34.8. Holy shit, man. I want to keep this on screen here. We're getting a green candle. 34.8. Oh, 34. No, and it reverses. 34.856. 852. We are at that support point right now, guys. This is it. Holy moly. 34.856. And it hasn't been there for quite some time, man. So what's going to happen? Is that volume going to come in? 34.850. $34,850. Dude, this is buy time, guys. If you want to buy, guys, if you were sad you didn't buy it before, you can buy it right now. $34,852. Green candle. It's a sudden reversal, guys. Right there. I made another purchase. Look at that green candle forming. Just there's no volume yet, man. We still have a half hour before the markets open. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that, guys. That was just an opportunity, man. That's all. I just see that. I was like, dude, it's just even a better opportunity than the one that was 5 minutes ago. You know? I am this close. Oh my God, dude. I can figure that out. Just give me a calculator. It won't come out the same though. It never does. Because they fucking take it off the Bitcoin that you're purchasing. Bitches. Another green candle forming. Super high bottom on that second candle. Holy shit. This is way off from what mine is reporting in at. Yeah, using Cash App. There's our first big green volume marker, guys. We still have a half hour before Asian markets open. Boom. Another green candle forms. Now they're only $2 apart. Isn't that funny? Now they're $2 apart from each other. Now they're identical. Green candle forming with a high bottom again. But there's the we lost the volume. Here comes some more volume. It's not as much as before, though. That volume can't keep up like that. That's got to reverse into a sell-off. Here it is. There's the sell-off right there. And it reverses. Nope, it doesn't. Almost did. You guys on Rumble, do me a favor. Will you please give me a thumbs up while you're there? Some people are just now getting the notification. So if you'll hit thumbs up, that might send out notifications. Cybertool is asking, how's it going?
Hey, Tula. I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'm good. Thanks for asking. You want to smoke?
No, man, go ahead. I was actually about to call it a shoo.
You know, I should make something to eat, man. I haven't eaten anything today, actually.
Mm.
God damn, it's almost 3 a.m. Shit. Cheers to spirit, though.
Cheers, Cyber. Cheers, Kepper, Tula, Tropical Thing, Josh G, RGB, RGB, motherfucker.
Oh. Yeah.
Alright, you guys have a good night. I will see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Cyber, thank you. Hope you guys like the new
No problem.
background. It's really zoomy. Freaking cat. Alright. Bye, guys.
Bye.